The entrance into the Adventurers Guild was as busy as usual, with people entering and leaving to do their business. There were some merchants and city residents entering, likely to make a new request. With how long he'd been an adventurer, James felt like he could tell which individuals would be making a request that would pay out a lot of guild points, and which would be not paying out that much. There was nothing wrong with the requests with a low payout, but they tend to be on the easier side, such as gathering herbs in the outer areas of the forest, or a monster that was weak enough to be hunted by an adventurer less than level 5. Walking up the steps of the guild, James noticed some of the adventurers staring at him and Mim's group. Like the people waiting in line to get into the city, the adventurers weren't used to seeing a guild worker escorting adventurers. After seeing the unusual sight, most of them continued on with their business. Though they may be interested in finding out what was going on, being adventurers, they found it more important to finish the requests. I see that you found adventurers. A guild worker, a woman with white fox ears and a fluffy white tail, that greeted those who entered, said to the guild worker leading their two groups. Nodding at the fox woman, the reptilian guild worker said, "Is the branch manager free?" The fox woman smiled and nodded. She's been waiting to hear that the adventurers had arrived. You might want to hurry up. She then looked at James's group before saying, "I'm glad to see that all of you are safe." James didn't know what to say and just stammered, Thank you." The fox woman just waved as they continued into the guild. Being back inside the guild, James checked out their surroundings. Like the setup of many of the guild locations throughout the area, the layout was reasonably consistent. The main difference was that things were much larger. When they entered, one side was dedicated to booths where people could get information, while the other side was lined with stalls for making, accepting, and reporting requests. There was also an area where adventurers could relax before and after a request. A separate area with a large portal was where James and his group members would come out if they were killed. This was larger than other locations to allow for more people to enter and exit at once. "We'll be taking the elevator," the reptilian guild worker said to them. Against one of the walls, there were elevators and stairs that connected to the next level. The stairs spiraled up so everyone could clearly see who was going up and down. The railings were detailed and had interesting designs, making him wonder how the person was inspired to make them. There were several elevators which already had adventurers waiting to use. All of them had a crowd of people waiting except for one. As James and Mim's group was being led towards the elevators, James realized which one they were aiming for. "We'll be taking the one that's exclusive for guild workers." The woman looked back and smiled at seeing the surprised expression. The worker pressed the button and moved the bracelet close to the scanning device. Immediately, the door opened up. "Please enter," the worker directed with a hand. Celine and Ral were the first to enter. Naylor followed after the elves. The remainder of Mim's group entered into the elevator, followed by James and the others.